Yes, yes, here we are once again. Welcome, my good people, to the Daily Huddle. My name is Steele Greye. I'm your host for today on the Health, Wellness, and Vitality Day, where we talk about things that are uplifting to your life, make your life a little easier, a little more productivity. One never ever knows what we're going to talk about on a day like this today, but we mix it up. If this is your first time with us today, my name is Steele Greye. I am part of the Daily Huddle family as one of the hosts. On Wednesday, I am a singer, a vocalist in different ways, a vocal teacher, artist, crafter, photographer. All the things that I love to do is what I immerse my life in, and it's been working out pretty good for me. So I'm very fortunate for that. I just wanted to tell you a little bit something about me so that you know exactly who you're connecting with. And today is one of those days that we talk about something that I actually talk about a lot in my personal life, and that is, why should you join the 5 a.m. club? What is it about getting up at 5 a.m. that is productive, that is clean, that makes the day differently or roll differently? And it is said that the secret to your future lies in your daily habits. So whatever you're doing every day usually is that thing that catapults you into the area where you want to go, or sometimes where you don't want to go, so that it pulls you back in. This concept of 5 a.m. has been spoken about for a long time, or I should say the golden hour or the golden hours have been spoken about for a long time. So let you understand what I'm saying when I say that. Um, uh, the Can you see me still? Uh-oh. Okay. I didn't know if I got cut off. I'm so sorry if I cut off the screen. I apologize. So to understand what these golden hours are, right? Meaning the golden hours of the day, we'll say, to keep it simple, the hours before the sunrise. So somewhere between 5 and 7, right? Depending on where you live in the world and what time of the year it is. I was inspired by this concept more than ever by a man named Robin Sharma. You can please write that name down, Robin Sharma. So I keep this book close to me. This is the book right here. You can take a look at it. It's called The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And this concept of owning your morning and elevating your life. I don't know what's wrong with those two sentences. I just think it's absolutely perfect for most people. What am I doing in the morning that will elevate my life going forward? This concept has been spoken about by almost every major entrepreneur, billionaire that I could think of since I was maybe 18. I entered personal development when I was about 17 or 18, right at high school or right when I was leaving high school. And the concept of waking early, it jars some people because they're saying to themselves, are you kidding me? I barely have time to breathe in the morning. You want to get me up at this time, or I have kids, or I have two dogs and a cat, or I have to drive my husband. Everyone has said everything about this concept. However, here's the kicker. If you knew that you could create a routine in the morning that set the intention for the day or set a vibe for the entire day, why would you not break down walls to get to it? Whatever that meant to you. Now, I don't know how many people have a household where people are up at 5 in the morning. It exists. I'm sure that people have that. But let me break it down for you and let you know how I did it, how I'm doing it, and how possibly you can do it, right? So, interestingly enough, and I say this all the time to my close friends, when the intention of something becomes so strong, all these little triggers come up around you that allow you to um, begin that particular thing. I don't know how it happens, But if you get really focused about something or wanting to start something, especially for your health or wellness, I believe that the tools all of a sudden migrate towards you, all of a sudden. So I want to tell you this quick story. So right around the time when I started the 5 a.m. club, or wanted to start the 5 a.m. club, I was eating in an outdoor restaurant in New York City. This was years ago, a couple of years ago. And a girl that I know who works at a neighboring bar, I don't know her that well, just casually friendly because she would see me singing. She walked by the restaurant and she had this book in her hand, right? I noticed the spine, right? Usually when they make books, they make the books certain colors so that the colors get our attention, right? This particular color, orange, coupled with white, if you look online and you look at how colors influence our mind and draw us towards things, this orange color, in one way or another, creates a sense of urgency, right? So when you look at it, you're like, oh, wow. And I didn't look at it like in a full exploratory way. I just know the color triggers in my head. I was like, oh man. And then I saw the name Robin Sharma and I knew him from some other books. So I said, oh my gosh, what are you reading? And she told me and I instantly got it. And light bulbs went up in my head in so many ways. Not because I had never heard the concept before, but because the way he breaks it down into quadrants and he brings the story to you in a story form. I mean, the information in a story form. You don't open the book up and he starts talking about, okay, this is what we're going to do. It's a story, and you're able to put yourself inside the story. You're able to glean the information from how he's presenting it. I think it's brilliant, right? So this guy sold definitely over 15 million copies of this book in different languages around the world. So that says something. But back to the story. After I saw that, I started thinking about getting up at that time of the day. What am I going to do at that time of day? How am I going to do this? Again, not my first time exploring this, but somehow, some way, and I think we all know this, we usually move as it relates to our health or wellness or money or whatever. We usually move when a particular voice gets in our head, the voice that we hear, the voice that speaks to our brain. And you go, oh, I heard it that time. That I want to do that. That's what happened to me in that moment. So the next day, I was in a thrift store. I have it's not a guilty pleasure. It's just a pleasure. I go to thrift stores and I look at books and I always find these amazing books on personal development, money, all kinds of things. And I get books there. The day after I decided I was going to do the 5 a.m. club, this book I found. Can you read that? It says AM Excellence. I was like, okay. I found a journal that says AM Excellence that's completely blank inside right when I wanted to start the 5 a.m. club. Interesting. So I got it. $3. It was in my bag. I was out the door, right? If you don't know, or if you've never heard about this concept before about getting up early in the morning, there's so many benefits to it. And I want to be really clear before I go into this. It's not just getting up early in the morning. It's intentionally getting up in the morning to do specific things within a certain time quadrant, right? So let's just say, so that there's a little bit of wiggle room here. Where you live, the sun doesn't come up until 7. If you take the 5 to 6 or the 6 to 7 and you marinate in a place that can help you get a little bit forward, it really doesn't matter what part of that quadrant you take, or 5 to 8, let's say, or 4 to 7. We're not talking about 3 hours. We're talking about 1 hour, right? Some people choose to break it into half hours. That's fine as well. I was going to say something about, oh, okay. So let's take the concepts that I'm talking about and break it into an hour by 20 minutes. Okay. Let's just say 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. This, let's just call it move, reflect, and grow. Let's put it into those 3 quadrants: move, reflect, and grow. For me, my move part of the 60 minutes was putting on this incredible Afro beats playlist that I found on Apple. Unbelievable, right? Drums and beating, like just whatever. And what did I do? Or what do I do? Because this is something that I do now. I moved it from 5 a.m., but I will talk to you about that. I just moved my body. You don't have to be a dancer. You don't have to be a singer. You don't have to be anything but you. And I just moved my body, moved it around for 20 minutes right before I was about to perspire, right before. But it wasn't vigorous. It was just waking the body up to let it know we're about to do some big things today. We're about to move forward. Let's get this going, right? We're moving, we're moving, we're moving. And when that happens, the body starts to flow. You start to cleanse the cortisol in your body. You start to wake up the limbs. Now, this is different from just getting up, getting in the shower, walking out, rushing to work. It's not the same, right? Taking that time to really sit in a place where you are literally gifting your body with attention, right? In that moment. Now, when you think about that, and I've talked about all these things before, right? In some past podcasts, in some past episodes about dopamine and serotonin. These are all connected to this particular moving in the morning, right? Some of you might have your exercise routines already. You might have something that you're doing now. Totally fine. No disrespect to that. This is just something that I want to impart to you that has been so magical for me, but also every now and then when someone hears me talk about this who's completely catatonic in the morning, they do this and it gives them more fuel in the day, not just that moment, right? So I talked about moving and then I talked about reflecting. When I talk about reflecting, and as it relates to this thing, remember we're doing like a 20 thing, right? So the second 20 minutes, if you were to reflect, the reflecting part of the 20 minutes is journaling, meditating, contemplating, going over any kind of affirmations. That's what I did in the book, right? So this book here, it's probably hard to see on the screen, but I broke it down by the different quadrants every day. I just broke it down into those 20 minutes. So I literally wrote the time I woke up and what I did first, and then second, and then third, and then fourth, and then fifth, whatever I did in that day, right? But I broke it into 20 minutes. So there might have been one or two things in each quadrant. Like I journaled, and then I also did affirmations. You would not believe how your brain starts to move around when you're doing these things because you're paying close attention to it, right? It's like a child that you're babysitting and you're watching TV and the child's off in the corner doing whatever they do. As soon as you turn the TV off and go, hey, little buddy, let's play a game, and you start playing, the child lights up because now you're paying attention to them and you're doing what they want to do. That's how I connect this to your body. We know what we're going to do when we get up, the things we always do, right? We go to the bathroom, we brush our teeth, we make our kids breakfast if we have kids. If you're single, you live by yourself, maybe you don't eat right away. There's a myriad of things going on. But when was the last time you actually set something to do in the morning or for a while? The Daily Huddle has become that for me. This is what I do in the morning. I come to the Daily Huddle. Why do I come here? Because it elevates me. It elevates my life. It elevates others around me. And by the way, if this is your first time here, please subscribe to the Daily Huddle so that you can have the choice of looking at any day that you want from Monday through Friday. It would help us immensely if you go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. You'll love it, I promise. Anyway, I digress. So I talked about move, I talked about reflect, and I talked about grow. In the grow quadrant, and I put a few things here, but my grow area is I review my goals and I listen to podcasts. Incidentally, I have a podcast that I host called the Morning Mind Podcast. So I either record a podcast or I listen to a podcast. My podcast is like, I don't know, 400 and something episodes already because I I put a seed in, a seed, and it grew into a redwood at this point. But in that last quadrant, when you're reflecting and you're able to write some stuff in your journal, just how you're feeling, where you're at, where your mind is, um, what you're affirming for the day. A book I keep. Well, I'm surrounded by books, but I want to recommend a book to you, and I believe I recommended this on the show once before. The book is called Oneness. Oneness. I believe that this book, and I think I just want to make sure I'm telling you the right author. I think it's just one word, and my mind's not letting me access it right now. But the book Oneness is just whoo, man. It hit me in so many ways. I can't even tell you. I think it's a book that gets in our mind about a lot of things. I have so much value I wanted to give you today about this topic. But the book Oneness is by Rasha, Rasha. Oneness by Rasha. Woo! Wow, that'll get you very focused. That book. I brought that into my 5 a.m. Regimen. So I read, I journal, and then I have some audio that gets put into my brain. Right. So to backtrack, 20, 20, and 20. Right. In my book and the way that I have it written here, I did say move, reflect, and grow. But if we want to get really a little bit more molecular, it's rise early, reflect, rejuvenate, realign, and rule. Rule the day. Rule the day the way you would like it to be based on how you have created the platform, right? It's a simple concept, but life is moving fast. And if we don't say, this is what I'm doing today, right? Some of the best advice I've ever been given in my life, and I can't remember if it was, I don't think it was Tony Robbins, but it was somewhere in my personal development journey when I started back in high school. And that is, if you want to have a successful day, plan the day before. Just on a little pad, write 5 things you're going to accomplish tomorrow. The night before. That's the kicker right there. Do it the night before, so when you get up, it's there. This obviously incorporates into the 5 a.m. club because you're giving yourself this hour, this golden hour. And when I tell you it goes by quick, like boom, it was gone every time because I got lost in it. I got lost in the hour, wasn't thinking about it. I put the times down so I knew the time, but it didn't feel like the time was going by quickly or slowly. It was just kind of like a flow, right? So what are the benefits of doing this overall, right? You might be asking yourself, but okay, where is this going to put me? As I said before, this platform, right? This platform of just being in um, that space of fluidity, right? So you got mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set. Think about those 4 words, right? Mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set. These things go all together if you take the time to connect with it. That's how I feel. In the morning, specifically in the morning, before the sun rises. It is so powerful. I can't explain it to you the correct way because I feel like you have to experience it to understand what I'm saying, right? Also, I wanted to give you a little bit of extra bonus today. Something that I may have brought up on another show, but I'm going to bring it up today again. I don't know if you can see this thing I'm wearing on my neck, but this is called a love tuner. Now, you might be asking yourself, why am I all of a sudden talking about love? Well, let me explain. So this is it holds this inside, but if you pull it out, it's like a little pipe, like a peace pipe, right? So or a pitch pipe. If you're a musician or you know about music, you know that there's these pitch pipes that give particular tonalities, right? If you blow through this and you hear this tone, This tone, I keep it right here, right? It's the actual sound is 528 hertz. If you've never heard this concept before, this 528 hertz is a complete relaxing mechanism for our entire body, right? I'm going to get you a little closer to what I'm saying by giving you or reminding you of something that you already know, and I think it'll trigger what I'm saying. There's three Bob Marley songs. One is called Could You Be Loved? One is called Positive Vibration, and one is called One Love. We've probably all heard those songs, but guess what? Each one of those songs vibrates on the 528 hertz mechanism. So if you feel a certain way when you're listening to those songs, again, that's you're being brought into that specifically. I put here on my notes as I was talking about the 525 hertz. Basically, you can heal different parts of your body with the 528 hertz. I strongly recommend that you go online and you type in the effects of 528 hertz, or why is the frequency 528 hertz important? Important for the mind, important for the heart, and also important for the energy around you, right? If you can believe this, just this sound that I just made has the ability to go into your body from head to toe and send a vibration of relaxation. I mean, is that magical or what? Like, whoa. When I heard that, I was like, wow. So again, this thing is called the Love Tuner. Obviously, this particular company has figured out a way to market the 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 advantages of the 528 hertz and call it a love tuner because your body vibrates on a love frequency based on this, right? We talk about love to different people, and we always say, we break it down to a scientific level. Being in love is just like being on a drug. Your levels go to another level. Your body feels different. You tingle, you vibrate. That's what this is doing. So the love tuner is specifying love, but it has 5 or 6 different components that can help you. I wear this a few times a week. I don't wear it every day. And when I wear it, I take some time to blow in it in little increments throughout the day. I'm telling you, it sounds so crazy to lots of people, but I'm telling you, this right here, and by the way, you don't have to get it from just this. There are other mechanisms that you can buy online that deal with 528 hertz. So please check it out. That's my gift to you today so that you can create some sort of relaxation around you. Um, does anyone have any comments about anything that I've said? I feel like I've been talking a lot today, but I wanted to give you a lot of information on this 5 a.m. getting up, on this 20-20-20 concept, and on the concept of just taking care of yourself from the beginning of the day. Cece, let's do it.
Thank you so much. I had never heard of this thing. Is this a 528 hertz?
It's big time. It's really big time. I've known about it for a long time as a musician, but there are people who are actually recording songs and gauging the vibration so they can achieve 528 hertz. Remember what I said? Could You Be Love, One Love, Positive Vibration. These are all songs that vibrate at 528 hertz, and as well as Hey Jude by the Beatles, another great one. Listen to those songs, and you tell me what that vibration is to you. You tell me how you feel, but that's how that goes. It's amazing. Did you want to say anything else, CC? Did I lose you? I must have lost her. Shiva Ray of Light.
Hi, this is so amazing. Thank you so
Happening.
much.
Yeah.
Um, well, you answered my question. I was going to ask you to repeat those songs again.
Okay.
I do want to get that last one that you said by the Beatles. What was that one called?
Yeah, Hey Jude.
Are you saying Hey, Hey?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I just had a comment that just as always, the alignment, literally just yesterday, I was talking to a friend and she mentions this, she just casually mentions it's 5 a.m. And then now I'm hearing it today. So I'm so grateful for what you
Yeah, yeah,
shared.
no problem. Yeah,
Really looking forward
this
to
is
it.
real stuff. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad it affected you that way. I hope you can do it. Hope you can give it a shot, you know?
Oh, I'm taking it on. It's too much alignment not to.
Good. Nice to talk to you as always. Florence.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Um, yeah, I've known about the Hertz. And I was asking you a question. Is Stevie Wonder some of his, there's a particular song, by, anyway, this one, keep smiling, keep trying, knowing that one there, do you know if that is
Yeah,
on the
that's
528? Because,
that's what friends are for, right?
yes.
Um, I haven't actually tracked that one. It wouldn't
Mhm.
surprise me if several Stevie Wonder songs vibrated at 528 because he's very in touch with that kind of
Yeah.
flow.
Yeah,
Got
I'm aware of it. So I specifically would go on to YouTube and find things that are 528 and listen. Um, yeah, I'm aware of it, and it's big, it's huge, and
huge, huge.
like a lot of people are keyed into it.
Hmm.
Um, and also, what I wanted to say, I'm aware of claiming the day. There's a little book I've had for years that says claim the day, and it's before the sun rises.
Right.
It's a certain period before the sun rises because, I mean, it talks about, you know, it didn't set it, it wasn't set out in exactly the same way, with movement and all of this, but it talks about the prayer and putting exactly what you want out there before that particular time. Because I don't know, it just talks about vibrations in the air, and that after a certain time in the morning, it gets crowded.
Oh,
And
100%. Yep.
in vibrations, and your day has already been claimed by whatever else.
Right, right.
so yeah, my cousin gave me a book that Claim Your Day years ago.
I know that book. I think I know that book. I think I've had that in my hand. I'm
Yeah,
almost positive.
yeah. I don't even have it here where I am right now, but I know I have it in my possession, and I have to go take it back up and start doing it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a small book that I had, a very small book, but it tells you in detail how to, claim your day
yeah,
before a
absolutely.
certain time.
Thanks
Yeah.
for that. I appreciate it.
Yes. Mhm.
Who's up next? Mountain Dream Help. I love that name.
Grand rising, my brother King.
Rashida.
How are thou? I am so in tune in what the share and the information that you give in. And I remember a little girl growing up and staying with my grandpapa. Those people was 4:30, 5 o'clock a.m. and they was in
Yeah, they were
the
ready.
devotion. It instilled in me that I am still doing it until today.
Right.
And trust me, that vibration have love. When I tell people, when I meet people and I live in people and I tell them one love, they I wish they know the meaning. I wish they could dig deep to know that when I says one love, it's mean everything and then some.
Right.
Thank you so much, my dear brother. Thank you so much, my dear brother King. Great, great, and awesome topic. Awesome.
Thank you so much. Listen, these topics they're with me. I walk around with them in my pocket every day. I read, copious amounts of books, and I just keep the information close to me. I'm no better than any one of you watching me right now. I'm just being a messenger to a journey that I'm constantly on. I haven't perfected this. It's so key when we're in a place where we need a little bit more. People talk about the eclipse and things that are happening around us. But at the end of the day, we have to decide how we're beginning. That's it. It doesn't matter what's going on outside of us. If we decide we're going to be challenged, don't get me wrong, but having that thing that we do that puts a little protective coat around us will help us. So again, I just want to show you this title because I love this guy. I think he's amazing. 5 a.m. Club. And even if you don't want to read the book, you can put in the 5 a.m. Club online, and you can put 5 a.m. Club insights, whatever you want, and you'll get a wealth of information. So that's a gift for me to you today. Time is having its way with us, as it always is. That's how it goes, right? That's how it goes. When you're engaged, learning something new, feeling fulfilled, boom, time goes by just like that. Isn't that amazing? So before we sign off, I want to go over those tenets that we always speak about at the end. They're so good and they're so necessary for forward motion. First of all, live out loud, live longer in your mind, obviously, but higher than you have before. Laugh out loud like you've never laughed before. Love harder, because when we love harder towards other people, we all benefit. We all benefit, right? Definitely move that body, as I spoke about in the 20-20-20 breakdown. Move your body in the morning intentionally. Put on one song and move your body around, right? Feel some stuff out before you go, right? Plant-based. We always talk about plant-based on the Daily Huddle. Give it a shot to eat mostly plant-based so that your body is just naturally digesting liquid, soft things that will give you nutrients and send things around your body. It will, I promise you, it'll help you in a way that you can't even believe right now. Also, sleep more. I say this all the time. I say it to myself. Sleep between 6 and 8 hours. Do what you need to do. If you need to go to bed earlier, put the kids earlier away, whatever you need to do, give it a shot 1 or 2 days a week to get a maximum amount of sleep and see how it affects you. I don't think it'll be a problem, but give it a shot anyway. And of course, check your assumptions. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, and be clear as to what direction you're going into, because you may be hitting that brick wall just because you don't turn direction on one day or two. Thank you all for joining us today on the Daily Huddle. I'm Steele Greye, as I said before. Please subscribe on our YouTube if you have not done so thus far. And I will see you tomorrow again on the Daily Huddle with another great host. Have a spectacular day, everybody. Peace.
Thank you, Chase.
One love, guys.
Daily Huddle family. Thank you.
Thank you.